Hi there, Mr. Muhammed is here. This is the checkpoint past paper April 2017, so let's solve it. As you know, this is paper 1 and it's without calculator. Now, question 1, work out angles A, B, and C in the diagram. Okay, then these two lines are parallel. Because of these two marks, these two arrows are telling us that these two lines are parallel. So it means this angle is equal to this one. The first angle that we can find easily is angle A because it's in this triangle, and the sum of all angles in triangle must add up to 180. Now let's add these two angles together. 85 plus 32, it will be equal to 7 here, and this is 11, 117. Then 180 minus 117, 10 minus 7 is 3, 7 minus 1 is 6, so angle A is 63 degrees. So we got A is 63. Then A and B together, they complete 180 because together they form a straight angle. Then B is 117, or we can say B is exterior of A and exterior is the sum of the other two interiors. So angle B is 117 degrees. And now angle C, how can we get angle C? Angle C is correspond to angle A because these two lines are parallel and A and C are on the same transversal, so they are equal. Angle C is 63. Another reason for C, you can say this quadrilateral is trapezium, and the adjacent angles in a trapezium, they add up to 180. Done. Question 2. Maya, Lily, Mike, Jamila, and Oliver each record the time they take to do their homework. Maya takes 10 minutes. The table gives information about the time the 4 other students take. Complete the table. So Lily takes 20 minutes longer than Mia, so it's t plus 20. Mike takes twice as long as Mia, so Mike takes 2t because twice as big. And Jamila takes 10 minutes less than Mia, so it will be 10t minus 10. And Oliver takes t over 2, half long as Mia. Half long as Mia. Done. Ahmed has 10 tins in his cupboard. 5 contain soup, 3 contain peas, and 2 contain beans. Ahmed takes a tin from his cupboard without looking. 4 events are: Ahmed picks a tin containing bean. Here are 1, 2, 3 types. So without looking, we have A. Ahmed picks a tin containing beans. Ahmed picks a tin containing soup, orange, and peas. Then place the arrow on the probability scale to show how likely each event. Okay, we need to write the probability of these. Soup is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10. So soup, which is B, is 1 over 2, halfway. A is already done. Orange there is no orange, so the probability of picking orange is 0. This is C. And D, piece is 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 as decimal is 0.3. Piece are 3 out of 10. 3 over 10 is 0.3. So 0.3 is right here. This is D. These cards show the heights of 6 plants, 86 centimeter, and so on. Arrange the heights in order of size starting with the tallest. 2 cards have been done for you. The tallest one is 1 meter, 1.6 meter, because it is 160 centimeters, and this one is 120 centimeters. This one is 115 centimeters. This one is 160 centimeters. It's 1 meter and 6 centimeters, so it's 106. This one is 132 centimeters, and this one is 86 centimeters. Now it's easier to be arranged like this. The tallest is 160. It's 1.6 meters. Then 132, done. After that, we have 132 is gone. We have 120, so 1 meter, 20 centimeter. And after this, 115, it's already done. Then 106, or let's just write it like the card, 1 meter, 6 centimeter. And finally 86 centimeter. Done. Now the table and frequency diagram show some information about the number of customers visiting a shop on each of the last 50 Mondays. The table and the frequency. Okay, here. Now, what should we do? Use this information to complete the table. Okay, so 25 to 29 has no frequency, and it has no frequency here as well. 30 to 34 is, look, the frequency is going by 4. It's going by 4. It means halfway is 2. And more than halfway, so this frequency is 3. 30 to 34 is repeated 3 times. Then how can we find the frequency of 25 to 29? Then we know the total frequency is 50. Then add all of these frequencies. Let's see how much more we need to complete 50. 11 plus 21 is 32, plus 10 is 42, plus 3 is 45. So we need 5 more to complete 50. This frequency, 25 to 29, is 5. Now we completed the table. Part B, complete the frequency. Now we know 20 to 24 is repeated 10 times. So 20 to 24 will be up to here. And 25 to 29 is repeated 5 times, and 5 is up to here is 4. A little bit more is 5. Done. Part C, the number of customers using the shop on the last 50 Tuesdays is shown in this frequency diagram. Okay, then the model class in the same for the last 50 Mondays and Tuesdays. So Yusuf says the model class is the same. Is he correct? So let's find the mode here. The mode here, the highest frequency is 15 to 19. This is the mode here, 15 to 19. The mode here again, 15 to 19, the highest frequency. Well, it sounds like Yusuf is correct. Explain your answer. The mode is the model class. The model class is 15 to 19 in both frequency diagrams. Done. Now we have this graph. Okay. The graph shows three straight lines, A, B, and C. This is A, B, and C. Put a ring around the equation of line A. Line A is a vertical equation. There is no y in the equation of line A. It's crossing x-axis in 5. So it's x equals 5. Since it's vertical and it didn't cross y-axis, so in its equation, there shouldn't be any y. Write down the equation of line B. Similarly, line B is crossing y-axis in 7 and line B is not touching x-axis, so it means the equation is y equals 7. Tick to show whether each of these facts about line C is true or false. The point 2, 4 lies on line C. So 2 is here, 4 is there, this point is 2, 4. This point is on line C. Yes. The y coordinate is always 2 more than the x coordinate. Let's check. So y coordinate here is 2 more than x coordinate. Here y coordinate is 2, x coordinate is 1, it's 1 more. Here y coordinate is 0, x coordinate is 0. So this fact is not true. Not always y coordinate is 2 more than x coordinate. This fact is false. The equation is y equals 2x. So let's check. Y equals 2x. It means the x's must be multiplied by 2 to get the y's. 0 times 2 is 0. It's correct. 1 times 2 is 2, it's correct. 2 times 2 is 4, it's correct. 3 times 2 is 6, so it's correct. The diagram shows a row of 7 triangles made from mats, okay? The number of mats needed to make a row of T triangles is given by the expression 2T plus 1. Okay, work out the number of mats needed for a row of 36 triangles. So the question says T triangles, means number of triangles will be substituted in place of T in this equation. Then we will have 2 times 36 plus 1. 2 times 36, T represents number of triangles, then 2 times 36 plus 1. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 here, 1 there. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so it's 72 plus 1, which is 73. Then change 2 over 5 to decimal. Whenever we have a denominator that could be 10 by multiplying by some number, then we do. If we multiply up and down by 2, we will get something like this, 4 over 10. And simply 4 over 10 is 0.4. If you are not happy with this way, you can use division to divide by 5. Okay, is there any 5 in? No. 0 point and a 0 here. How many 5s are in 20? 4. 4 times 5, 20, 0, 0, done. So it's 0.4 as decimal. These ways work without calculator. Write an integer in each box to make the statement true. So we need to have a fraction which is more than 2 over 5 and less than 1 over 2. A fraction which is more than 2 over 5, we cannot write here 3 over 5. No, 3 over 5 is more than 1 over 2. So let's equalize the denominators. That helps. Then the common denominator for 2 and 5 is 10. How 5 becomes 10 if we multiply them by 2? So it will be 4. How 2 becomes 10 if we multiply it by 5? Now it looks easier. We need a number between 4 and 5. A number between 4 and 5 is 4.5. 4.5 over 10. But it's not okay if you have decimal with fraction, because the question says write integer. Now let's work out an equivalent fraction to this one. If we double up and down, we will have 9 over 20. So this is a very reasonable fraction. So write an integer. The question doesn't say 1 digit or 2 digit. It says integer, and 9 and 20, they both integers. Done. Subtraction. 23.456 minus 1.78. The most important thing when you subtract or when you add decimal numbers without calculator, you must copy the decimal point under the decimal point. Then you see how many decimal places are there. So here we have 3 decimal places, here we have 2. It's okay to add a 0 by the end. And here it's fine if you leave it empty. Now subtract. 6 minus 0 is 6. 5 minus 8, it can't be, so it will be 3. It will be 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. 3 minus 7 can't be, it will be 2. It will be 13. Then 13 minus 7 is equal to 6. 2 minus 1, the decimal point comes down. 2 minus 1 is 1, and this 2 is here. So the result is 21.676. Use the information in the box to write down the value of each of the following. 27.6 times 4.1 is equal to 113.16. Now what happened here? Here, if we multiply these numbers, we will get something that looks like this, but here, look, we have 2 decimal places. Here we have 3 decimal places. So you're going to copy the same answer, but with 3 decimal places. Why? Because here we have 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So we need to have 3 decimal places here. For division, if we divide 113, look at it. If we divide 113.16 by 4.1, the result will be 27.6. But look at here. Here we have 2 decimal places that are divided by 41. It means we will have only 1 more decimal place, like 2.76. We cannot have 2 decimal points. So this is the result. Estimation helps in such questions. Think 100, if you divide it by 40, it will be nearly 2. Then it's 100 something divided by 41, it must be 2.76, because the fact gives you this number. So this is a quick check. Now 13.8 times 8.2. Is there 13.8? There's no 13.8. 8.2. Is there 8.2? No. But look at them. 13.8 is half of 27.6. So one of the numbers became half of itself. This number is half as the fact. It's half of this one. And the other number is double of this. So whenever double and half they occur in some calculation, the final result doesn't change at all. The final result doesn't change. But when one of them becomes double, the other one doesn't change, the final answer will be double. When one of them becomes half, the other one doesn't change, the final answer becomes half. But when one of them becomes double and the other one becomes half, the final answer doesn't change. It's 113.16. To check this, look, just to show you, 13.8 times 8.2. Whenever in checkpoint papers the question gives you a fact, this fact saves time for you. Look, 113.16, because one of them became double and the other one became half. Question 11, find 12% of 34. Then let's multiply them first. 34 times 12. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. A 0 here. 1 times 4, 4. 1 times 3, 3. Now add them. 8, 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 0 here, 1 there. 1 plus 3 is 4. It's 408. And this result should be divided by 100. 408 divided by 100. Divide by 100 means send two numbers after the decimal point, so it's 4.08. Angelica and Safia each go for a run. The travel graph shows their runs. Okay, here is the graph. This black line is for Angelica and the dashed line is for Safia. Angelica and Safia both stopped during their runs. Work out how much longer Angelica stopped than Safia. So Angelica stopped from here all the way to here. Let's count. These times are in minutes. So Angelica stopped in 30, then 10 minutes, 20, 30, 40, 50. Angelica stopped 50 minutes and Safia she stopped here. So she stopped from here to there. So it is from this line 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Safia stopped 20 minutes. So how much more Angelica stopped than Safia? 30 minutes. Complete the sentences. Dash runs the further distance. She runs this much kilometers. Who runs further distance? Further distance, Safia runs further distance. Safia runs 6 kilometers and then she goes back 6 kilometers. So Safia runs 12 kilometers in total and Angelica runs 10 kilometers. The question says further. So it is Safia. Safia runs further distance. She runs 12 kilometers in total. Safia runs faster than Angelica. Explain how the graph shows this. The graph shows this because the line for Safia goes up faster than Angelica's. How? Angelica by 10 minutes she goes 1.6 kilometers. Angelica by 10 minutes goes 1.6 kilometers. But Safia by 10 minutes, 10 minutes is here for Safia, from 10 to 20, Safia goes 2 kilometers by 10 minutes. So you can just write this to show that Safia runs faster. Because Safia runs 2 kilometers in 10 minutes, but Angelica goes 1.6 kilometer in 10 minutes. 360 can be written as 2 to the power of x times 3 to the power of y times 5, where x and y are positive integers. Work out the value of x and y. So when you look at this question, it sounds like prime factorization. Let's factorize 360 and we will get the powers of 3 and 1. 360, we can simply say it's 36 times 10, and 36 is 6 times 6, 6 is 2 times 3, and this one is 2 times 3. 10 is 2 times 5. Okay, now how many 2's are repeated? 3. 2 is repeated 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So the power of 2, which is x, must be 3. 3 is repeated twice. The power of 3, which is y, must be 2. And 5 is repeated once. That's why it has no power here. The power is 1, but it's not necessary to write 5 to the power of 1. Question 14. Shen throws 2 6-sided dice. He records the difference between the 2 scores. Complete this table showing the possible outcomes. So when he scores 1 on one of the dice and 6 on the other one, 6 minus 1 is 5. So 2 and 6 is 4, all the way to 6, 6 is 0. Now here, 5 and 6, the difference between them is 1. 4 and 5 is 1. 4 and 6, the difference is 2. 3 and 5, the difference is 2. 1, 3 is 2. 2, 4 is 2. Now 3 and 6, the difference is 3. 2 and 5, the difference is 3. 1 and 4, the difference is 3. And here the difference is 4. Done. Well, let's stop here. In part 2, we start in question 15. This is the end of part 1. I hope you find it useful. Comment below whatever question you have. Thank you for watching.